What up? It's your boy Dino Red of the Red Rock Podcast Network. And you listen to my boy T. Wilson of the What Up Doe Show. You better tell somebody, baby.
The What Up Doe Show. Your commentary on sports, entertainment, and alternative news.
Yeah. It's Thursday. It's throwback. Thursday. It's throwback. It's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. Yo, what up, though, y'all? It's your boy T. Wilson. I am live on a Thursday morning, damn near afternoon, damn it. I know I've been late a lot this week, but it's been a busy week. I got thrown off on Sunday, and I'm off today, so I'm going to try to get everything back on track today. But next week will not be this week, so let's go ahead and make this week what it is going to be, baby. You're going to get the What Up Doe Show. You're going to get the What Up Doe Show in full, even though it's late, because I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just chilling. I got a lot to do, but I'm just chilling, and I'm just chilling on top of chilling. Anyway, let's get to some birthdays, man. I know I'm late with y'all birthdays, but anyway, I got Ikem Aniakwana. Did I say your name wrong? I know I said it wrong. Ikem Aniquina. I want to get it right, but it's wrong. So, I'm sorry. Too bad. Anyway, Tanja Bryant. An old friend of mine, go way back to Southwest Detroit, the beautiful Winifred Simon. We call her Bootsy. What's up, Bootsy? And last but not least, funny story how I met this young lady. We were at the library together, and I didn't holler because at the time I was married. I couldn't holler at her, but I did appreciate the fact that she was fine. Found out that she's a clothes designer, a personal designer, and we just kind of met back up on Facebook and been Facebook friends and like each other's stuff, and we stayed in touch for a little while. The beautiful Nikki Hamlin. Happy birthday to all of y'all. So yeah, check out Nikish. She does a cool line of stuff, man. She got a cool line of clothing. She does her own clothing for curvy women. So if you want to know what I mean by she's fine, she does clothing for women with curves. And she has her own share of curves her damn self. I ain't lying. Anyway, I'm going to stop on thinking about that. Let's go on and get this party started.
What Up Doe Sports.
The Jay Cutler era in Chicago appears to have run its course. The only question is, what will he do with the boatload of money they have to pay his punk ass anyway? Chicago Bears head coach Mark Trestman has apparently seen enough of Jay's turnovers this season and will make a change at quarterback in Week 16 against the Detroit Lions. That's right. This week against Detroit, Jay Cutler will not be starting. Anyway, according to your boy Bug Nutty, the Bears will reportedly go with backup quarterback Jimmy Clausen this Sunday against Detroit. So that should be another win for the Lions. Two of the NBA's best teams squared off Wednesday night in a thriller as the Memphis Grizzlies toppled the host San Antonio Spurs 117-116 in triple overtime. Memphis center Marc Gasol hit a three-point buzzer beater to send the game into its first overtime, while San Antonio's Tim Duncan sent it into a third overtime with a last-second shot of his own. Memphis, with a victory, is now 21-4, while the Spurs dropped to 17-9, and this season is hot, and Memphis has made some statements this week. Not this. I'm delivered. I said this with a T, like I'm delivered. Memphis did. They made statements this week. They knocked off Golden State, and now they knocked off the Spurs. That's some statement wins for them, man. Brady Hoke had a disastrous tenure as head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, and now the historic football program is in the market for a successor to take the team into a new superior era. San Francisco 49ers coach and former Michigan quarterback Jim Harbaugh has been abuzz about big name and will continue to be now that the 49ers are out of the NFL playoff race. in Michigan has allegedly offered him $8 million a year. $1 million. Take the money and run, Jim. You ain't getting that in the NFL, man. Nobody in the NFL is going to offer you $8 million a year. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen.
What Up Doe Entertainment?
The Sony hackers have hacked the entire world of entertainment. Sony has pulled the plug on the Christmas release of The Interview after a number of theater chains bailed out on their ass. Sony execs felt their out was if distributors yanked the film because of a safety concern. That would give Sony an out without directly bending to the hackers. Sony just released a statement saying, in light of the decision by the majority of our exhibitors not to show the film, The Interview, we have decided not to move forward with the planned December 25th theatrical release. Wow. In the words of Flavor Flav, wow. The statement goes on saying, we are deeply saddened at this brazen effort to suppress the distribution of a movie. In the process, do damage to our company, our employees, and the American public. Really? The American public is damaged because you decided to delay release of your dumbass movie. Really? That's a reach at best. I don't think it damages the American public that we can't see this movie that you plan to release about the killing of a Korean leader. I don't think so, buddy. Try again. You know what? I'm glad they got leaked. Everybody's acting like this is such a big freaking deal, some kind of conspiracy, some kind of shit that we are supposed to all be, oh, if they can do this, what about the terrorists? The terrorists are right here in America. What about the terrorists on the streets of Ferguson? What about the terrorists on the streets of Los Angeles? What about the terrorists on the streets of New York? What about the terrorists on the streets of Detroit and Houston? Yeah, the ones in blue. Terrorizing. Don't you get terrorized every time a police car pulls up behind you? You ever had a police car pull up behind you? The terrorists out there in Cleveland, Shaker Heights, you know what I'm talking about. They pull up behind you and start following you. You move over a lane, they move over a lane right behind you and stay behind you. Aren't you kind of terrorized by that? Doesn't that strike fear in your heart? Anyway, the Sony execs are underscoring the distinction between pulling the film because of the distributors rather than out of fear, saying, we stand by our filmmakers and their right to free expression and are extremely disappointed by this outcome. I think I've already spoke my piece on that, so I'm just going to move on. Nikki Minaj has been out promoting her new CD, and her nipples have been slipping on virtually every appearance. Damn it, don't miss Nikki. If they say Nikki's going to be on, watch it. Because she is putting on a show, damn it. In one interview, she claims she's only seen one penis in the last 10 years, but she can name a few dickheads that she's met in the industry. Claims she'll one day put the biggest two dickheads on blast, and you won't believe who they are. Yeah, I pretty much brought that story up solely so that I could use her picture as my artwork for the show. Nothing interesting to hear, and nothing interesting to see, but plenty to enjoy. Hashtag boom, hashtag kaboom, hashtag bam, hashtag kapow.
What Up Doe News?
I stumbled over my hashtags, but I don't give a damn. It's Nikki's nipples I slipped on. And Marcel France, an aggressive monkey, was tased after weeks on the loose. He had been subsisting on a diet of Kinder chocolates. The monkey had been the subject of more than a dozen calls to authorities from the area in recent weeks, including one occasion when it caused bedlam at an elementary school and scratched some children. The primate always managed to flee before officers arrived. Police finally caught up to the monkey and captured it using a taser. Shocked his ass. It was a shocking experience. He was shocked and awed.
7:30.
Come experience pop culture from the dark side. On the 7:30 show with me, Latone Heart.
I need my cigar on this.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn, Betamax, and VHS.
Yo, what's up with your boy?
I'm just a man with a fork in a world full of soup. No, I don't need no damn medicine.
Latone Heart. He may need medicine.
Check me out on the 7:30 Show podcast.
In Texas City, Texas, a plumber was surprised when he got a flood of calls and threats after a truck from his company was seen being used by Islamic militants on Twitter. The truck was seen outfitted with an anti-aircraft weaponry operated by members of the group Ansar al-Din Front. The truck bore the logo and telephone number of Texas plumbing company Mark I, owned by Mark Oberholzer. Since the picture has gone up, their office phone has been ringing off the hook, with some callers turning ugly. You son of a bitch! You're a terrorist! You son of a bitch! AutoNation, the dealer who sold the vehicle, refused to disclose the details of the sale. Oberholzer left the decal on the truck with the expectation they would remove it. They were supposed to have done it, and it looks like they didn't do it. Damn it, they didn't do it, Oberholzer told the What Up Doe Show. How it ended up in Syria, I'll never know, but it had guns on it. It's driving me crazy. They didn't do it. They didn't take my shit off the truck, and now my truck's used by terrorists in Syria. They're shooting at people with it, shooting out planes. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, AutoNation. I'm gonna sue your asses. I'm gonna sue your asses for everything. In a follow-up story, a Toronto man, Jordan Exani, has chosen a woman with the same name as his ex-girlfriend to travel the world with him after advertising the opportunity on the What Up Doe Show. You may remember the story. Elizabeth Gallagher of Nova Scotia. For the second day, Nova Scotia is in the news, the home of Catfish Jenkins. Big up to Catfish. She is the lucky lady. She was one of the many Elizabeth Gallaghers who emailed Exani, along with women willing to change their name to Elizabeth Gallagher. If you recall the story, which was first reported by the What Up Doe Show, the campaign started after Exani broke up with his girlfriend, for whom he bought tickets for a tour around the world. Not wanting to lose his money, Exani decided to search for an Elizabeth Gallagher and make it a time to give back. The two will travel to Milan, Prague, I think it's pronounced Prague, right? Vienna, Paris, Bangkok, Thailand, New Delhi, and Agra, where they created agriculture. He's not around the world. He ain't going to Detroit. Before returning to Toronto on January 12th. The only things Gallagher will have to pay for are food and souvenirs. I bet you sack-chasing, gold-digging chicken heads wish your name was Elizabeth Gallagher. Don't depend on Elizabeth Gallagher, don't you? Anyway, I know you do.
You suck, you jackass.
I just stumbled all over that, man. It was going to be funny. I promised that was going to be real funny, but I just blew it. I fucked it all up. I hate when I do that. Damn. Messed up a good joke. In Los Angeles, California, a medical marijuana dispensary removed a pot-smoking Santa painting from its window following complaints from members of the public. The Harbor House of Dank in San Pedro hired an artist last week to create window paintings, including Santa Claus smoking a blunt. Oh, yeah. Santa Claus smoking a blunt. Santa Claus was smoking a blunt. Including Santa Claus smoking a blunt and a snowman holding a prescription bottle. Pictures of the paintings were posted on Facebook, where they drew hundreds of complaints. Posts criticized the paintings for being prominently displayed in an area frequented by children. The paintings were removed from the windows Tuesday after the store manager learned about the complaints from the public. Personally, I found it interesting that the blunt-smoking Santa was black.
Hey, 'cause I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da.
In Trenton, New Jersey, a judge reduced bail for a man who has been jailed for more than 4 months on a gun possession charge, despite having no use of his arms. Carolyn Turner, attorney for Marcus Hubbard, asked Superior Court Judge Timothy Linden during a Tuesday hearing to release their client without bail. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. It shocks the conscience, Turner said at the bail hearing. How could he be held for 4 months on a gun charge? He cannot even move his arms. They're useless to him. This is bullshit. Hubbard was one of 4 Salem County men in a car pulled over for running a red light in Trenton, New Jersey in August. Police discovered a gun in the car that had been reported stolen in Alaska from Sarah Palin, as well as a bottle of prescription codeine gotten from the snowman in California. None of the men claimed ownership of the items, so all 4 men were arrested under constructive possession laws. See how they just come up with shit to arrest you for? They will come up with the most petty bullshit. They got all kind of little laws we never heard of. They can arrest you for something if they want to. I've had a cop tell me that word for word before. I can get you on something. I can make something up, basically. There's enough leeway for them to just make shit up to arrest you for, and they will. Yet, when they commit a crime against you, you'll never even see your day in court. They don't even have to see their day in court when they commit a crime against you. But you can have a gun and have no arms and be arrested for constructive possession, even though you can't even pick the freaking gun up. And you have to serve 4 months in jail. You have to see your day in court. But if he picks up his gun and blows your freaking head off, nothing. And some people don't see a problem with that. The police reports do seem to confirm this defendant has no use of his hands. But I will disagree. That doesn't mean necessarily that he can't be guilty of a crime. Assistant Prosecutor William Fisher says, I would like for somebody to put on some steel-toe shoes and kick Assistant Prosecutor William Fisher in the balls. That would do me well. That would do him well. It would serve him well. It would do America justice. Sony, you want to do something for America? Put on some steel-toe shoes and kick William Fisher in the balls. How about that? Yeah, that's all I got for today, man. I want to thank y'all for joining me, man. Big up to my man, Latone Heart. He hosts a show called The 730 Show. You can catch it on Spreaker.com, Stitcher.com, and you can Catch him on iTunes as well. Big up to my man Dino Red. He does a show called The Shiznit Show. No wonder I was about to say Brown, like Brown Shiznit. He does a show called The Shiznit Show. You can catch it on Stitcher.com or theshiznitshow.com. Big up to Lavinia. She be show enough. She does a show called Straight No Chaser. You can catch that on Stitcher.com. You can also catch her other show, Just Thinking Out Loud, with her cousin Bigetto Rising. They are also on Stitcher. Big up to my man Jerry Taylor. He has a show called You Name It. You can catch that on Stitcher.com. Murray Riley Jr. of the Sky Shout Radio Podcast on Stitcher.com. Enrique Blatt of 5 Minutes Away Podcast on Stitcher.com. So check all of these shows out, man. Big up to Gil Laurie of the Onyx Truth on Stitcher.com. That's right. You catching the theme here? Stitcher.com is the way to listen to podcasts. Get there, baby. And that's all I got for you today. Peace out. Press your crease out. Keep the police out while I bust his niece out. And I'm out of here like last year. Peace.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What up, though?